What are you doing out here on New Year's Eve in Boston today?
Well, we are part of the festivities for First Night. This is our 5th annual First Night Against the Wars. Thousands of people have come to agree that these wars are not being fought in our interests and that it's time to bring the troops home now.
All right, thanks. What are you doing in Boston this New Year's Eve?
I'm trying to convince people to stop the wars. Peace is much better. It's a much better prospect for the world. Not just for the United States, but for the whole earth. We really don't need any more war. End it now. That's the way to stop it. End it now.
Thank you.
Stop the wars!
Bring them all home! Stop the wars! Bring them all home! Stop the wars! Bring them all home! Stop the wars! Bring them all home! Stop the wars! Bring them all home! Stop the wars! Bring them all home!
What are you doing out here New Year's Eve in Boston, protesting the wars, and what's your hopes for the new year, for the peace movement?
Well, I hope that the peace movement can get a little more fire in its belly and really realize that across the world people are being killed every day in our name based on a whole bunch of lies that our government is telling us and telling the rest of the world about us being under attack by Muslim terrorists, when most of the terrorism is actually made up by our government, and what's not is caused by our government's policies. If we stop supporting Israel and stop occupying Afghanistan, stop occupying Iraq, people would love us. No one would even consider being a terrorist. To say nothing of the fact that so many of the terrorists we're supposed to be so afraid of are just some immigrant guys that the FBI picks up and says, "Oh, don't you think it might be a good idea to blow up that building over there? I'll give you the explosives, hey," and then they take a picture of him on camera saying, "Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Give me a free meal if you can."
So what do you think the new year will hold for the world in terms of war and peace?
I hope we turn around in a big way. We need to totally reverse course and start thinking we have the power to bring peace on earth, and if we would just stop all of these wars of conquest that they pretend are wars of defending ourselves. We're just like Israel. We have to defend ourselves at every moment from these threats that we cause to the extent that they're real, and that we exaggerate to the extent that they're not real, which is a really big extent. I don't like what the government has told us about 9/11. I don't believe a word of it, or I don't believe many words of it. I know they're lying about a lot of it, and I think we need a real investigation. Why were all of the defenses that were good for years and years, all of a sudden on that day, oops, we just didn't know how to get rid of a plane off course? Something's very fishy about the story, and I don't believe that we should all be afraid and therefore get behind our government. I'm afraid of our government.
Thank you.
And that's why I'm out here on New Year's Eve.
Thank you.
Thank you.
End the wars for a happy new year. End the wars for a happy new year.
What kind of stickers you passing out today, New Year's Eve in Copley Square in Boston?
All right, stopthewar.org. It's a wonderful way to get the people aware that there's a war going on, and we have to bring the soldiers home alive. Semper Fi.
How's the people taking the stickers?
A lot of people. They love them. It's a wonderful way of getting off the anti-war message. All right, this is they're going like hotcakes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
What are your hopes for the peace movement in 2011?
2011, I hope to bring more young people into the peace movement, and we need a lot more people on the streets. And I think this will happen because of unemployment and the foreclosure problem in the country. There'll be more people available to come out and advocate for bringing the money home and bringing the troops home from Afghanistan and Iraq.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's the street theater out here today on New Year's Eve?
This is called to end the siege of Gaza. It's 2 years since Israel made its war on Gaza, and still people are living in the rubble of their homes without sufficient food, fuel, without clean water. And we are calling on our government to stop supporting Israel in its cruel blockade. This is inhuman. It's collective punishment of 1.5 million people. The siege must end.
Thank you.